Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we are going to be trying some new dye I found on Amazon. When I ordered that pudding hair dye I did a video on a while ago, this came up in my suggested, and I was like, heck yeah, let's go ahead and try it. So this is what it looks like. Again, no idea what I'm getting myself into. I just see the packaging and like the description of the product, and it always seems so intriguing. So I just buy things, and then when they come, we figure out what they are. So this says Bubble Plant Hair Dye, which plant hair dye makes me think that it would be a semi-permanent dye. The box feels pretty heavy, and there is nothing on this that's in English. However, the listing was in English, and I was thankfully able to read about the product on Amazon and how to use it, because the instructions that come with this, the whole entire box, is in a different language. So here's what it looks like. I got 4 different shades. I'm pretty sure they only offered 4 colors, and I got every single one. These retail for $9.99. So it is definitely more of an affordable hair dye. When I got these, they were wrapped in plastic, and I started taking the plastic off, and then I realized the shade name is, I'm sure, somewhere on the outside, but obviously I cannot read it. So then I was like, oh crap, I'm not gonna know what shade name is what. Thankfully, on the wrapping of the plastic, there was a barcode from Amazon, and it said the dye name in English. So I went ahead and I wrote the dye name on each package on the inside so I would know which one is which. So let's run through the 4 different shades I got. The first one is chestnut brown. Then we have dark brown, coffee, and black. So those are the 4 shades. They're all more of natural shades. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we have inside. Okay, not what I was expecting, but if it is semi-permanent, it would make sense that it's in these little pouches like this. So here's what it looks like. Okay. It feels not like a semi-permanent dye. It feels more like a shampoo. So this could definitely be shampoo. I like the packaging though. It's cute, and it comes with a bunch of different little pouches. Let's count how many pouches it comes with. No wonder it was heavy. You guys, look at all these pouches. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? This is one box for $9.99. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It comes with 10 pouches of color. Comes with a set of instructions, again, not in English. So if you do get this, make sure you look at the Amazon like product information so you know how to use it. It also comes with a little pouch. I'm sure these are just like gloves and a processing cap. I'm gonna take one of these out, and I'm gonna write on it what the shade name is, so that way when I'm putting it on the hair swatches, I'm not getting it confused. I'm sure all of the rest of the packages are gonna be the same as this one. So let's go ahead and open all those up and just double check and make sure they're the same. Okay, this one's coffee. Yep, and they are literally exactly the same. They all come with the exact same pouches. All right, so I went to the Amazon listing. Let's read about the product and how we're supposed to use it. It says the item form is liquid, and then it says natural bubble dye. Different from traditional hair dye, herbal essence formula, mild and non-irritating, nourish the scalp and supplement the nutrients needed by the hair. Color conditioner shampoo. So this is shampoo. Gentle and nourishing to the scalp. Also protects your scalp from drying out. Locks in moisture and shine and controls frizz. Unlike the traditional hair color shampoo, natural plant hair dye shampoo creates rich bubbles that won't stain your skin. It says right here, gray hair coverage. Bubble hair dye is suitable for all hair types, including thick, fine, normal density hair, as well as straight or curly textures. Effective cover gray hair. You will no longer be affected by gray hair. I'm so sorry. Affected by gray hair. I'm dead. I know it's like a language barrier, but like saying you're affected by gray hair is hilarious. Okay, for the how to use, it says requiring no bowl or brush. Just put on plastic gloves, apply the instant hair dye shampoo on your hair, massage for 5 to 10 minutes. After 20 minutes, rinse well with clean water. Finally, you will have shiny color hair you like. So that's basically the synopsis on Amazon. We know how to use it. Let's go ahead and set up my second camera angle and start swatching, because oh my gosh, am I ever interested. I am doing it on a blonde swatch as well as on a gray swatch. Let's go in with the first shade, chestnut brown. This is very interesting to me because it's literally just a pack. Obviously, all the other shampoos had 2 different chambers that you pump out. I'm curious if this is also gonna have 2 chambers. It doesn't feel like it. It kind of just feels like one big pouch. If that's the case, I'm not sure how it would work. So it kind kind of almost has to have two separate chambers in here that you squeeze out and then mix together. So let's open one up and see what's inside. All right, let's look at this. Oh, interesting. Okay, I see what they did here. This is actually so smart. So can you guys see the 3 different chambers in here, or the 3 divides? So let me see if I can show you better. So there's this chamber right here. Then there's this plastic divider in between. And then there's a chamber over here. So there's this side and this side that are split. This side's gonna be the color, this side over here is gonna be the developer. So it feels like one continuous pack, but it's divided by this little flap right here. So that way when you squeeze it out, you mix them together. That is actually so smart. I actually love this concept more than the bottle. All right, let's go ahead and squeeze this out and see if we can see the distinct 2 different colors between the developer and the color. All right, here we go, you guys. I'm gonna squeeze the whole pack. Yep, see there's the clear, and where's the color? There's the color. So then you just mix these together, and this smells really, really bad. It smells like a perm. It smells exactly like a perm, but like shampoo-based perm. It smells very, very bad. All right, let's mix these bad boys together. It is very, very thick. The other colored shampoos I've tried were very, very watery. They were not this thick. You guys can see this is like Wella T18, like a gelatinous, like, you know, like the pudding dye we tried. With all the other ones, they were so liquidy. I always thought how messy they would be if you were going to use them in the shower. They would just get all over your body. They would squirt all over the place. So I actually like this formulation better. I will say once you mix the 2 together, the rotten egg smell goes away, and then it just smells like a fragranced color. So I'm guessing it was either the developer or the color that stinks, but once you mix them together, the smell goes away and it does not smell like that anymore. So that's also good. It actually smells pretty good now. Going in next with the dark brown. There we go. You guys can see it's actually like shampoo. It's not liquid at all. It's definitely delivering what it says it's going to deliver so far. All right, let's mix these together so we don't smell rotten eggs. I feel like I can already see it working on the gray swatch. Like it's already starting to dye those grays. Curious if dark brown or coffee is going to be darker. Going in with coffee. Ooh, shit. Okay, obviously this one is definitely much warmer. It has that reddish tone to it. Very, very curious on what this is gonna look like, if it's gonna be red at all, or if it just needs to oxidize and it's gonna be a regular brown color. You guys can see how quick these are oxidizing. Like this blonde swatch is literally turning dark within seconds. It's oxidizing so fast. Ooh, looks like a really pretty gray tone. And going in with the black color. All right, let's mix this together. Let's see if there's any surprises here. No, this one's definitely a little bit more yellow, but no surprises. The last one, the coffee, smelled different than these ones do. That one didn't smell like rotten eggs. So I'm assuming it's definitely the color that stinks versus the developer. All right, black is applied. All right, I'm gonna let these process for 20 minutes. I'll be right back to see what they look like, and then we're gonna try and remove them out of the hair. All right, you guys, we are back. Let me show you the swatches. Okay, here they are, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Every single shade is different. No 2 shades look the same, and also they covered gray hair completely in 20 minutes. So here's the first shade, Chestnut. It definitely has a greenish, ashy undertone. Even the gray swatch has like a greeny undertone to it, so I'm assuming when this fades, you'll probably see a little bit of green coming through. If you're wanting to cancel out red, this would be a great option. Then we have the dark brown. You guys, look at the blonde swatch. It's so pretty. This is on platinum blonde hair, and it's a beautiful dark brown color. It's not weird at all, has no weird undertones. It's just a really pretty like espresso dark brown. Here it is on gray hair. It almost looks black, but it's more of like an off black. Then we have coffee. This is the only one that has more of those warm undertones to it. It's really pretty, and I think this is my favorite swatch on the gray hair. It has like a really dark brown but warm undertone to it. It's really, really pretty on that gray swatch. Then we have natural black, which is exactly what it said it was. Here's what it looks like on blonde hair. Again, looks totally fine on blonde hair. It's insane how beautiful the blonde swatches came out. And then here it is on the gray swatch. It is definitely like a natural off black color. So here are what the 4 shades look like. Again, processed 20 minutes or less. It covered everything. I really, really liked the consistency. The hair feels extremely soft. It doesn't feel dry at all. Let's go ahead and apply 20 volume enlightener halfway on these swatches, and we're gonna see if the color comes out of the hair. All right, here we we go. Just gonna apply it halfway down on all these swatches. I always have way more success removing permanent dye out of hair than I do with semi-permanent dye. Normally any type of like natural permanent color comes out of the hair pretty easily. We did put it on like virgin gray swatches and also platinum blonde. So if you use permanent hair and you're putting it on platinum blonde, it normally will go back to platinum blonde when you try and remove it. If you put black hair dye or dark brown hair dye on virgin hair, it is a little bit more difficult to remove and then go blonde. But every time I've put a demi-permanent or permanent black on my platinum blonde hair without filling it, it always comes back to blonde very easily whenever I try and remove it. All right, and this looks like it's doing the exact same thing that the pudding dye did, where it is oxidizing like a darker color wherever the bleach touched, but as the processing time goes through, it will lift through. But immediately when you apply the lightener on there, it goes to like a really, really dark brown black color. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like this color here, you guys see it now looks like it's black. As I let this process, it will go through that stage and it'll start lifting it out of the hair, but it does look a little scary initially. All right, I'm gonna let this process 20 to 30 minutes and I'll be right back so we can see if any of these colors come out of the hair. All right, here are the colors, and just like I thought, they all came out of the hair really, really well. All of them went right back to that platinum blonde. Even the gray lifted. Obviously the gray is not gonna lift back to platinum because it wasn't platinum to begin with, but they all did lift out of the hair. So here are the results. Very, very impressed with these dyes. This is definitely my favorite colored permanent shampoo I've tried so far. I really liked the consistency. All of the shades they offer were different from one another. They didn't all look the same. They covered gray hair really quickly within 20 minutes. The consistency was way better than any other shampoo I've tried. It had like a normal thick conditioning consistency to it. I absolutely love the packaging. That's another reason this one is my favorite. I like that it comes in the individual pouches. That way you can literally just rip open one, use it. If you need another one, you can rip it open instead of mixing up more or not enough. You know what I mean? You can just go with how much you need. If you need another pack, open one up. It's also really great for people with short hair. If you don't have a lot of hair and you don't want to mix up a lot of color, you can just open up a pouch, squeeze it out, and go ahead and put it on your hair. I just like the idea of the pouch. It's also super convenient for traveling. So yeah, I will leave a link to this dye in the description down below. I was pleasantly surprised. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.